Evening all. We'll just wait a few minutes before we get started. I can set up a few things. There we are. There's that. Here we are, getting a few more in now. How is everyone doing? Is that a bit closer? I've realised over isolation that I'm looking more and more like Joe Exotic. I don't even mean to now. The handlebar moustache was just a joke, and now I've got the hair. It's so bright as well on the camera. Jesus. Give it a minute or two and then we'll get started. Wait for everyone to flock in, hopefully. Right. Feel like we can get started now anyway. So thank you all for coming this evening. Everyone talking about the hair, flaming out. It's not even meant to be this colour, but oh well. It's all banter, innit? So, right, we'll get started with the quiz. Same as every week, 30 questions, bonus question. We'll start with 5 pictures for the picture round. This week I've gone with the theme of TV shows. So all you need to do is name the show for me. So we'll start off showing you all individually so you've got the full screen. And then we will have a slide with all 5 of them on so you can have a look at it throughout the whole video. So this is picture number 1. So just remember that we're looking for the name of the TV show. Moving on to picture number 2. So just remember we want the name of the TV show. Not gonna lie to you, I didn't know 1 or 2 of these when I was looking. My mum helped me out pick some. So I could just not go for obvious ones because I realised every single show I watch, about 3 or 4 of my mates watch. so I just thought it's going to be too obvious for people. So I've tried to look for her help for this week's, especially this, because a couple of them I just wanted to try and make a bit harder and know that some of you may not know. Moving on to picture number 3. Hopefully as well these are all clear for you. I tried to find better quality pictures this week as well, so you can all see them, because I know that some of them, when I have a look back, look a bit blurry, especially if you're playing on like a phone or something that's quite small. Moving on to number 4. So just remember, we need the name of the show. And finally, picture number 5. So don't worry if you missed any of them or you arrived late, because I'll show them all on the slide in a minute or so. So now this is the slide with all of them on, so hopefully I've put them so my head isn't blocking them out, hopefully. And then if you're not sure of any, you can have a think throughout the video. So we'll get on to the normal questions, starting with question 6 now. So in the phonetic alphabet, which word is used to denote the letter Z? So that was question 6. In the phonetic alphabet, which word is used to denote the letter Z? Also, if you're not sure of any of the questions or want some explanation of part of it, just put a message in the comments and I'll try and clarify for you. Moving on to question number 7 now. What is the full name of Ruth Jones' character in Gavin and Stacey? So, question 7. What is the full name of Ruth Jones's character in Gavin and Stacey? Question number 8. What is the capital of Hawaii? So question 8 again is what is the capital of Hawaii? Moving on to question 9. What is the name of Harry Potter's arch nemesis? So question 9 again is what is the name of Harry Potter's arch nemesis? Now moving on to question 10, everyone's favourite part of the night. It's the first anagram. So the anagram is abstracting hop area. It's an anagram for an Italian dish. So abstracting hop area is an anagram for an Italian dish. So abstracting abstracting, hop hop, and area area. I'll put it into the chat now for everyone. So there you go, that's now in the chat for you all to have a look at. Now moving on to question 11, which is a guess the year. So guess the year all of these songs were number one in the UK charts. So we have Paint It Black by the Rolling Stones, Good Vibrations by the Beach Boys, and Yellow Submarine by the Beatles. So just to go over 11 again, is a guess the year question for all of these songs being number one in the UK charts. So we have Paint It Black by the Rolling Stones, Good Vibrations by the Beach Boys, and Yellow Submarine by the Beatles. Now moving on to question 12. So I know a few of my mates are missing the pub, and I assume a lot of people are. So question 12 hopefully tailors to you. And I know if you've worked with me in the past, you should know this one as well. So what does the acronym IPA stand for? So question 12 is, what does the acronym IPA stand for? Purple. It is purple one, yeah. Question 13. Which film was the first to be recognised as part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe? So, question 13. Which film was the first to be recognised as part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe? Question 14 now. What gas were British World War II barrage balloons filled with? I don't know why I paused in between. But question 14 again is what gas were British World War II barrage balloons filled with? Question 15 now. Who is Sean Corey Carter married to? So question 15 again. Who is Sean Corey Carter married to? I'll happily accept just the first name for that as well. So don't worry about the surname. Now moving on to question 16. So hopefully you've all been watching the news over the last couple of days to get this one. So what age did Florence Nightingale turn this week? So question 16 again. What age did Florence Nightingale turn this week? I know whenever I've flicked over and seen the news that it's been on over the past couple of days, so hopefully you've remembered the information. Oops. Question 17 is the second Get a Year question, so same as the first, with all three of the songs that I'm about to read out to you were number one in the UK charts. You just got to guess the year they were. So we've got JCB Song by Nizlopi, I believe. Against All Odds by Steve Brookstein, not Phil Collins, and Lonely by Akon. So 17 again is Guess the Year. All these songs were number one in the UK charts. So we've got the JCB song Against All Odds, but by Steve Brookstein, not Phil Collins, and Lonely by Akon. Don't want you all being confused with the Against All Odds one. So just remember it's by Steve Brookstein and not Phil Collins. Moving on to number 18 now. And I hope everyone gets this one, as I've just chucked it in at a nice little easy point. What does VE Day stand for? So 18 again is what does VE Day stand for? So you all celebrated it on Friday, probably, doing your afternoon teas and having your drink. So hopefully you know what it stands for. Question 19. What is the name of the new quiz show based on The Chase? So question 19. What is the name of the new quiz show based on The Chase? And finally, question 20. It's the last anagram. So we've got shoe inspector is an anagram of which band? So shoe inspector is an anagram of which band? So I'll put that in the chat for you now before we move on to the music. So there we are. Question 20 is now in the chat for you all. And we'll now move on to the music round. So the theme that I picked with the music round, all 5 songs have food in the title. So all 5 songs have some kind of food in the title of their song. So that will hopefully help you guess them all if you've heard the tune but not sure of the song. So we'll start with 21. So this is 21. So that was question number 21 for you. You just need to name the song for us. Now moving on to 22.
Tastes like strawberries on a summer evening, and it sounds just like a song.
So that is number 22. Just need to name that song for us. 23 is this one. that is 23. 24 is this one.
No, I said he's so sweet, I wanna lick the rapper.
That's number 24. And finally for the music round, this is 25.
Sleepless nights at the chateau, visualizing how good it's something to do.
So that is 21 through to 25 for you. So just remember that all of these 5 songs have food in the title. So I'll play them all again with you, starting with 21. So that's 21 for you. 22 is this one.
Tastes like strawberries on a summer evening, and it sounds just like a song.
That's 22. 23 is this one. That is 23. 24 is this one.
No, I said he's so sweet, I wanna lick the rapper.
That's 24. And finally 25 again.
Sleepless nights at the chateau, visualizing how good it's something to do.
So that is the 5 songs for the music round. So I'll give you a moment just to confer any of those before we move on to the last couple of questions of the evening. So now, picking back up with question number 26. Who is the England football team's top goal scorer of all time? So question 26 is, who is the England football team's top goal scorer of all time? Question 27 now. What is the distance in yards between the stumps in a game of cricket? So, question 27. What is the distance in yards between the stumps in a game of cricket? Question number 28. The Last Dance is a I'll start again. So, The Last Dance is a documentary based on which team? So, 28 again. The Last Dance is a documentary based on which team? Question 29. How many times has Rafael Nadal won the French Open? So, how many times has Rafael Nadal won the French Open? That is question number 29. Question 30 for you. So, which WWE superstar did Tyson Fury wrestle in 2019? So, question 30 again. Which WWE superstar did Tyson Fury wrestle in 2019? And finally, for tonight, the bonus round is name 5 countries beginning with the letter C. So the bonus round question is name 5 countries beginning with the letter C. So just remember that your 5 answers that you write down need to match with my 5. And for each one that you match with me, you get a point. So just remember that when you're making your choices. Also, if anyone needs me to go over any of the questions for tonight, just pop them in now while you may answer the last question or two that you might have blank, and then we can get on with the answers to see who's done the best this week. So just put a little comment in if you need me to repeat any, or wait a couple of minutes before we get started. Is there anyone that needs me to go over any of them? Or do we look like we're ready to crack on with the answers? Right, I think I'm gonna start reeling them off then. So remember that the top score you can get is 35 from tonight. So starting with the pitch round, number 1 is The Office US, but I'll also accept The Office. 2 is Sorry, which I'd never personally heard of. 3 was Only Fools and Horses. 4 was Phone Shop. and 5 was on the buses. Question 6 was, in the phonetic alphabet, which word is used to denote the letter Z? That is Zulu. 7, what is the full name of Ruth Jones's character in Gavin and Stacey? So the full name is Vanessa Shanessa Jenkins, which I personally didn't know. So you can only get the point if you've got Vanessa Shanessa Jenkins. Number 8, what is the capital of Hawaii? That is Honolulu. Number 9, what is the name of Harry Potter's arch nemesis? That's Lord Voldemort. 10 was an anagram, so abstracting hop area is an anagram for an Italian dish, that's spaghetti carbonara. 11 was I Guess the Year, that all the songs were number 1 in the UK charts. So we had Paint It Black by the Rolling Stones, Good Vibrations by the Beach Boys, and Yellow Submarine by the Beatles. They were all number 1 in 1966. Question 12, which I'll be ashamed of if people that I know got this wrong. So what does the acronym IPA stand for? That's Indian Pale Ale. 13, which film was first to be recognised as part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe? That was Iron Man. 14, what gas were British World War II barrage balloons filled with? That was hydrogen. 15, who is Sean Corey Carter married to? That's Beyonce. 16, what age did Florence Nightingale turn this week? She turned 200. 17, guess the year all of these songs were number 1 in the UK charts. JCB song, Against All Odds by Steve Brookstein and Lonely by Akon. That's 2005. 18, what does VE Day stand for? So it stands for Victory in Europe Day. Number 19, what is the name of the new quiz show based on The Chase? It's called Beat the Chasers. Question 20 was the second anagram. So Shoe Inspector is an anagram of which band? The band is Stereophonics. Now moving on to the music round. So all the songs have food in the title. So starting with 21, we had Chocolate by the 1975. 22, we had Watermelon Sugar by Harry Styles. 23 was Honey Honey by ABBA. 24 was Lollipop by Lil Wayne. And 25 was Peanut Butter Jelly by Galantis. And I've never heard Galantis recently, so they must have fallen off the face of the earth. 26, who is the England football team's top goal scorer of all time? That is Wayne Rooney. 27, what is the distance in yards between the stumps in a game of cricket? That is 22 yards. 28, The Last Dance is a documentary based on which team? That is the Chicago Bulls. 29, how many times has Rafael Nadal won the French Open? That is 12. And 30, Which WWE superstar did Tyson Fury wrestle in 2019? And that's Braun Strowman. So now moving on to the bonus round. So the question was name 5 countries beginning with the letter C. So you get a point for each one that matches mine. So the 5 I've written down are Costa Rica, Cyprus, Chad, Cameroon, and Cambodia. So the 5 countries beginning with the letter C that I've written down are Costa Rica, Cyprus, Chad, Cameroon, and Cambodia. So you get a point for each one of those 5 that matches mine. So hopefully you did well with that. So just remember that your score is out of 35, and to put them in the chat when you've totted them up. So we've got 23, 23, 17. Also, did you find that one easy or hard? Like, it's nice to know how difficult you found them. I don't want to make it impossible for you all. I want to make it somewhat. So we've got a 24. Jeez. We'll wait for a couple more. See if anyone's lurking. See if anyone's lurking. I know that's 2, 3, 4, 7, 8, 9, 10. Mixed difficulty. Thanks for the feedback. Are we going with 24? Yeah, think so. So Georgie has won it. I'm quite surprised. Oh, well, jumping in. So I think they've done it. 29. Waited till last minute. I was literally gonna put it off. So yeah, the Burtons have done it again. Seems 2 quizzes in a row. Bit of a powerhouse. So I'm gonna get off now. So enjoy the rest of your week and take it easy. And I'll see you next week. Bye.